guest role on the television series Mad About You. And I said when you sat down, I said, God, can I get my sunglasses? And you said that people keep their hair like that in a little town in Switzerland?
Yeah, there's a small town in Switzerland that actually has Lauper in this church, you know, in the windows. And in the whole
Lauper,
town, they have this
your name
yellow.
is in the windows of the town?
Yeah. Apparently, there was a famous doctor.
Oh, it's not you?
No, not me. No.
And they wear
this
kind of. What color is your hair?
Yellow.
That is yellow. That is yellow. Yeah. Do you ever, like, when you look in the mirror, do you have to, like, squint, or is it your?
No, it's a nice pick-me-up in the morning.
Now tell me what you remember, the story I told about meeting you.
Oh, yeah.
What's your memory? Because you're going to have a whole other memory. Maybe you're going to have Paul Simon tapping me on the shoulder and say, get out, you bum.
No.
What do you remember?
Well, I sat in there and I saw you, and I know you from films. And by the way, I got to tell you, that film you did with Robert De Niro, I saw it 3 times. And I was talking to Linda, telling Linda, and I says, you know, I laughed my ass off. And she says, I can't say that. She says, no, but on this show you could say you laughed your ass off.
You can say, oh, ass. I don't think you say
well,
ass.
no, you can't.
Laugh.
I laughed,
I don't think you can say ass. No,
there it is. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
But you were hysterical. And I was, you know, I remembered you, and I'm sitting there looking at you and thinking to myself, wow, he's in here telling Roy Haley,
the producer,
what to do, and I thought Paul snapped. I was sitting
I
there
thought Paul
thinking,
snapped. I was just being kind because I've known Paul for. You thought he snapped.
I thought he definitely hit the ozone layer, and I was listening. You know me, I like, you know, the drums. I would always be like, yeah, turn those drums up, you know, and. So you kept saying, turn the music down.
Bring the tracks down, bring the lyrics up. And then Paul at one point, maybe that's what you referred to as snap, he turned to me and said, you're disqualifying yourself by saying, bring the tracks down. Because I want to hear those words. He writes the words, they're great words, but he wants to hear the words and the tracks, which is kind of the idea, right?
Well, yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's a rock and roll thing, Charles. You got to, like, go with that.
And is it okay if you don't understand the words?
Well, yeah. Well, see, somebody like me, who don't talk that good all the time.
I understand everything you've said.
Yeah, well, you know, you're from this area.
I got that.
You got that action. And anyway, what you're supposed to do is chase the ends and beginnings of words. And
chase
that's
them?
How you ride it up on the fader. Now, a lot of people don't understand.
But when you record an album, do you want, say a guy like me or anybody, is it important that they hear what you're saying?
Yeah, I do.
Could you do that by chasing those words?
I sit there and I have someone ride the vocals so that the ends and beginnings of words are heard. And also, I sometimes use a pre-delay and I create a bed for the vocal with the engineer guy. And I leave sometimes the source vocal, which is just the original vocal, dry. And then around it, I put sound as opposed to on top. Because when you put a reverb and wash the voice out, all the little things are gone.
You know what? Wait a minute. Hold on a minute.
What?
Wait a second. You said you ride the beginnings and ends of the words, right?
Right.
What happened to that middle of that word? Because every word's got a beginning and an end, but there's a few letters in the middle.
No, but that you hear because the words are like, say you go, you know, even far, far away. So what you hear is way, you know, but you don't hear the beginning.
You don't hear that F and that A.
Yeah, the consonants are really important.
So we should understand every one of these words.
Well, sometimes, and sometimes it's not important.
Well, that's kind of what Paul was saying, since I want to hear every word that he or anyone for that matter is saying.
Read the lyrics.
I want to hear it. Read the lyrics. Just sit there with the thing and read the thing.
Yeah, you can turn on the CD. You can enjoy it by reading a little booklet.
So here's a witness, you know, because Paul and I have sued each other in the past. Here's a witness. You're saying he snapped that. See, because I would call you as a witness.
I didn't see that incident.
You were there.
You were there. When he turned around and said you're disqualifying, I didn't see that.
What did you see? What did you see? What did you see between us?
I sat there for a little while and I saw Roy Haley give me a look like, you know, he was like, looked at me and I said, I didn't want to say anything. I acknowledged it and I thought, interesting.
Interesting. A movie actor is producing Paul Simon's album.
I was just sitting there and so Roy did all this stuff and Paul was insisting that, you know, it should be this way. And I did say something, and Paul said, I wanted to hear it the way my friend listens to music. just as an experiment. So I figured, hey, go with it because you have to experiment.
Well, let me
otherwise
tell
you
you
never
something,
find.
Cyndi.
Oh, now I didn't mean to insult you, Charles.
You're not insulting me at all. I take that as a compliment.
All right.
No, I take that as a compliment. Here, let me give you the
I didn't know you
background.
want to go into that.
No, I want to go into it. Let me give you the background of that and what happened after that. Before that session that you came into, Paul was really, you know, he was very frustrated.
It was ugly?
No, he was very frustrated because he went out, he went to Africa, he did all these tracks, it had a great potential, it is a fabulous record, Graceland.
Plus, he got a lot of shots, too. You know, the shots alone really make you want to race.
Shots to go to the country.
Right.
Absolutely. But I think he was over the shots. But he came back and he couldn't do justice to the tracks and hear these lyrics, and he was very frustrated. And I said, let me come into the studio. It wasn't his idea; it was my idea. and all this happened, and he did kind of snap it a little bit. And he like looked at me like, you know, I don't know why, why did I ask you to come in here? What you're saying is so crazy, and all of that. He didn't say that, but that was clearly implicit in his attitude. But you know what happened after that session that you witnessed? There weren't any more problems with the tracks. And you could hear the lyrics, you could hear the... And I don't want to tell you how many millions of copies that album sold. And I'm not saying, I'm not saying that it's because of me. But I'm not saying that it's not because of me either. And with all due respect to Paul, he wrote it. You got the tracks, the Zimbabwe, and all those guys. A lot of people worked on the album. But so did I. And it wouldn't hurt if like a little liner note, and thanks to my pal who I no longer speak to, Charles Grodin. No, he speaks to me, and I don't want to say what he says, but he does speak to me. We're gonna be right back with Cyndi Lauper and to actually talk about her. That's her natural color.
Yeah, that's my natural color.
Yeah. What happened to you? You're a very unusual young woman. I know a little bit about you. Sometime around 12 years old, you kind of took a different road, right?
No, I tried to take the road everybody else took, And
what happened?
Well, I didn't do so well. I tried to, like, do the normal thing. I knew what I wanted to do, and then I kind of figured, well, I could... Everybody said, well, somebody got to clean the fish. What are you doing? You got to, So I took all those jobs, and I was a gal 13th, and I did all of that.
You worked at the Belmont racetrack, didn't you?
Oh, but that was cool. I think I was always looking as a writer for this kind of wonderful romantic life. Like, I mean, it wasn't that romantic. I was up at 4 a.m. with some horse, saying, please don't step on my foot, But, and it was the time at the racetracks when the young girls were coming in and the older men didn't want them. But
to walk the horses, to work the horses.
Yeah, because it was like a flunky job, but for the young girls, everybody loved animals, so that's why you were there. Whereas the other guys, maybe they used to be this or they used to be that, and they found that the girls were nicer to the horses, so, you had to deal with...
The horses asked for the girls, actually.
Oh, yeah, they did. And then, of course, they got Mr. Ed to do a lot of the voiceover commercials.
Right, he was good. But what happened there? I mean, at 12, you're like, you're drinking probably, so was I. Not at 12, a little bit later.
I wasn't drinking at 12.
No, I was drinking at 12. I knew it was one of us.
Yeah. I was smoking cigarettes, unfortunately.
I was smoking cigars.
Really?
12, yeah. My mother let me. She just said, look.
She's out there.
I know, she still lets me. She still lets me. But she just figured, you try, you'll get sick of it. Actually, I liked it.
Really? I quit when I was 21 because I couldn't sing if I was smoking. So I quit. Occasionally I have a cigar, though.
No, because you don't inhale.
Right, and also it really upset... I can't say certain things, but it like kind of upsets.
Just made you sick.
No, not me. I like a good cigar, but it upsets, like, you sit with the macho guys, they got the cigar, and I always have a cigar with them, and I put it down, and mine's the only one with red lipstick all over it, and it really upsets them, you know what I mean? Because I always felt like that, whatever you could do, I'm there, I'm hanging. I could do that. I'm like, kind of like, got that Gus vibe going, I could hang with the guys.
How did you go from a backup to the lead singer?
Oh, well, I didn't dance well, so I kept falling, because we had to wear those high platform shoes. I was a background singer for, like, a show band, and I would be doing these dances watching, you know, and the lead singer was terrific. He was a great dancer, but he sang just slightly flat. So I was singing harmony. I did the high harmony, just a little under, you know, matching, but I would fall all the time. So somebody finally came to see us, and they said, listen, the one that keeps falling, why is she the background singer? Make her the lead singer, and she won't have to dance, and then get the other two to be the background singers, you know. And so
because you fell down, basically, and you did. What color was your hair at that?
Oh, it wasn't my natural color. It was red, but it was tomato red, because you know I come from an Italian neighborhood, and everybody had like tomato red hair. You know, it was really red.
But you're not from Sweden, right?
No.
Switzerland. Where
my father's family, Lauper, is a German Swiss
it is
name,
a German
yeah.
Swiss name.
But my mom is all Sicilian, and I was raised by my mom. So yeah, so in Sicily somewhere, I'm sure there's a little town where they have this color hair too.
So how are you now? Television aside, this thing.
Yeah.
You seem like you're married.
I'm married.
You
yeah.
got a nice marriage going.
Oh yeah, he's really handsome. Right now he looks a little too cute. I don't know. I don't want to be a macho about it, but maybe he shouldn't go out like that. Maybe he should wear a shirt buttoned up to here. Now he's very ripped. He's got muscles. He's
Really?
And he's gorgeous. So.
What color hair does he have?
He has black hair. He's tall, dark, and handsome.
Tall, dark, and handsome.
Oh yeah. He looks Italian, but really, his family is from Massachusetts, and well, all over. His father taught at Harvard, which is kind of shocking because when we got married, I had to tell his dad, "Look, Dad, you're not losing a son. You're gaining someone. Don't talk English good." You know. So he was like, you know.
Well,
but
Harvard, Harvard guys, you know, look for challenges. Matt from Illinois. You have a question for Cyndi Lauper?
Yeah, I do, Charles. Good show today.
Thanks, Matt.
Cyndi, did early R&B have any influence on your music career?
Yeah. Well, obviously, yeah. I listened to a lot of blues, but I used to like old blues, like Mississippi John Hurts or Memphis Minnie. The Chicago blues was different, you know, and they always incorporated, I would hear the Chicago blues sound, and it was more horn-orientated or heavier sounding to me. I started to listen to a lot of that stuff in college. I took a DJ gig at the radio station, which was hard for me because of my accent.
You're from Brooklyn, right?
Well, part of the time Brooklyn, part of the time Queens. But I listened a lot to R&B and jazz and blues. There's a fabulous record called The Ladies Sing the Blues, and it's got Little Miss Shapiro, Annie Laurie, Big Maybelle, and I used to do a lot of Joplin covers too, but that was a different kind of a blues. But the original blues stuff that caught my ear was more folk blues orientated, acoustic.
When are you doing your? What's the name of your current album? It's called what? I the intro, but
12 Deadly Sins.
12 and then some.
And then some.
12 Deadly Sins.
Yeah, because it's a best of record, or like an anthology. I wanted to have something that started like when I worked with Roy Haley, which Charles worked with Roy Haley too, apparently.
Even before that,
before
session,
that.
yeah, I've worked
yeah.
with him.
And I did this Blue Angel record with him, and I sang I'm Gonna Be Strong. I re-recorded I'm Gonna Be Strong. That's on the record. And then I have it's two songs from Hatful of Stars, That's What I Think, and Sally's Pigeons, which probably nobody
Sally's
heard.
Pigeons, get out of here. You kidding? Sally's Pigeons?
You heard Sally's Pigeons?
I'd hum Sally's Pigeons, but it's BMI. Let me now, when you do your next album, we come to the end of our time because I want to get into that. But let me ask you this: when you do your next album, could I come in there and like tap some shoulders?
Well, yeah, but you know,
you don't have to listen to what I say. You can have a lot of. You can have as many drums.
I could have input.
As long as I hear some more, you can have all these. You're in charge.
Oh, there it is.
You're in charge. Girls have to have fun. You know. We come to the. Thank you, Cyndi. She's a doll. We have. We actually to share something private with the audience now. That's my natural color. That is my natural color.
Yeah,
I just
I didn't understand why you dyed
No,
it to
they
that
just
color.
fell for cable. You don't want to, you know. But anyway, thank you to Cyndi, and we're going to be right back with Linda Lavin.